Okay, yesterday we had stopped when we had finished coding our how to win and how to lose. So we'll get you right on that. We have if statements for the winning game and for losing. Now we're going to do the last little bit of coding to finish up with our virus sprite or whatever your sprite is. This was coding we didn't do ahead of time because we needed to establish all of our broadcast messages with the background. So I'm looking at my sprite here. And this is where we have how we control it and the score. So I'm going to add 6 more blocks and then our game will be done. We created a broadcast message with for game over on our backdrops, and that was determining if you won or lost and going to that background. So I need to receive that game over message with my sprite because remember I could keep clicking on it and it would end up letting me win even though I should lose. So I bring over from events, when I receive game over, we are going to stop. We're going to go to the stop all, but we're going to click on it and say stop other scripts in this sprite because it's going to stop this here. We can't connect it here because we have to have it connected to when you receive the game over. If we just brought it over here, it's not going to understand what it's supposed to do. When it does that, I want that sprite to hide. I don't even want someone to be tempted to click on it. So if I'm hiding it here, I'm going to have it show or you never can play the game. So I'm going to bring that over. So when I originally clicked the green flag and we reset the score to 0 and we reset our timer, it's going to show. And then the last 3 things, it would be kind of cool to have some kind of music in the background for a video game. So I'm going to come up here to sounds, just like we did to get the clicking noise. And I've had some students find some neat stuff with space, and I think it was loops. Last period I found one called movie 2. It's kind of exciting. I liked it a lot. This one I did not like. It's not the theme I have. But what you can do is take a couple of minutes, go into sounds, and you're going to need to click all because my movie one, I don't believe it was even under loops. So I'm trying to think. There's some dance stuff there, but try to find, oh yeah, it is under loops. So here, even Mystery is kind of neat because, that kind of goes with our virus theme. So find your music for your background. That might work with your background. And you're just going to click on it. But just so you can see what to do, last 3 bars of code. We want the music to play the whole time from beginning to end. So my event block, when I click the green flag, a forever block, because we don't want the music to stop. And then depending on what you choose, or play sound, mine's movie 2 until done. Whatever you decide, make sure it's this block, the play sound, movie, or play sound, fill in the blank here, until done. If you do the start sound, it won't work, and I'll show you what happens. If it's going to be loud, I'm going to turn this down a little. And that's because it's trying to start the sound over and over forever. But if you play sound until done, it'll play. So we use the start sound only when we're clicking it, when we need it really fast. So when I do this, it plays. And my timer's going down, so we'll see what happens when I lose. So it played the when you lose music, but it also stopped my sound here because I've got this. And once you get this done, you're going to test everything. So I'm going to test mine right now. I'm going to do a win and a lose. So I know my coding works. This is a pretty low scoring game, so I'm going to go back in and adjust that. I'm just going to make it, you have to get up to a higher number. depending on what you do, if you need to increase time, as an option, I created a second virus in another game. And all I did was copy this code here, except for the music. I didn't need the music in both. And I just changed the size and I changed the point system because I wanted it to be smaller and a little more difficult so you could get extra points. And then I just changed the total amount of points for my score to equal to win. And I changed my timer. Because if you make it more difficult, you got to think about, is 10 seconds truly feasible? Or is that just going to make the game too difficult and people won't want to play? But you don't want to give them too much time to where they're bored. Okay? Now, that is it. And then your game's finished. You make sure you save it. We're going to share. I've got my actual name here, my instructions. So click, not the free, but the green flag to start and set. On the virus to earn points. You can tell them how many they need to win, or you can just let them kind of find out. So you need, I did 100. I'm going to put blank 100 points to win. All right. I don't have any notes or credits to give since I taught you guys. And then add it to your class studio. And that's it. And then what you'll do, you use this information and I'll give you what you need to create your game by yourself.